wanted to see what happens if you get different 3D artists to create the same product animation in Blender. So I paid 3 Fiverr artists to create their best looking animations for this sort of textile gadget model I made. I provided them with a brief, 3D model and a soundtrack, so let's see how they turned out, what could be improved and what's done really well, and in the end I'll show you my take on this project. First up, we have an animation by Ayoubb Benjama from Algeria, who has over 30 5-star ratings and some pretty cool portfolio pieces up on their profile. I think they delivered in around 3 days, which is insanely fast for a project like this, and they charged a total of $160 for the animation work. Remember, a model, soundtrack, and style briefing were all provided, so this money purely goes to animation, lighting, and camera work. Let's get into the nitty-gritty here, right? Overall, I think this animation is decent for about 160 bucks. This is kind of what I would have expected to get. I'm not a big fan of this font that he chose, but I like this lighting effect that he did here. If it would have been done just a little bit better, the execution for it, then this would have been a very solid intro. And then for the second shot, what I kind of don't like about this, I guess they're trying to sort of showcase the USB-C port here, but I don't really like this sort of camera angle that we got going on, as well as the lighting. It feels very orangey, and the camera angle is just not a very flattering one. So it would have been better to highlight the USB-C port, maybe by having the camera move up closer to it, but then have a sort of side angle here. And another thing that's not done very well in this shot is the lighting overall. Generally speaking, you don't want to lose any detail in your product, so you always want to up the lighting as much as necessary to sort of showcase the entire product. I think this is a lot better in terms of lighting. I can also see the sort of warm and cool lighting scheme that's going on here work really well, but this feels kind of out of place considering the previous 2 shots. So it would have been better if the other 2 shots had the same sort of background here, which the product is laying on. Now, finally, we have this shot here. I like the angle, I like the lighting here, but the motion isn't continuing through nicely. So especially in this shot here, you can see it's stopping a lot and it's sort of continuing from one motion into another, but there's this sort of pause between each of these motions, and that makes it feel unnatural, right? Overall, not bad at all, but there's still quite a few changes I would have made to this animation for it to be at a level where I'd feel comfortable presenting this to a client. So yeah, that's my overall take for this animation. Next is an animation by Sam from India, who's actually a top-rated seller on Fiverr, and again has some pretty incredible animations and projects to show for it. They also delivered fast within a week of time, and in total charged $180. So there is a lot more to be said for this animation, I think, in terms of like the lighting. In the beginning, the funny thing actually is they sort of went for a very similar shot as the previous animator, again with the orange and the white here. For me personally, I like this one a little bit better, but I'm still missing some sort of camera motion or maybe a little bit more lighting to highlight a bit more of that detail. Again, this sort of very forward camera angle without any perspective makes it feel very flat, but overall I think the execution here is fairly okay. Now this shot is really cool. However, it feels like they sort of did something with the bump here, and it feels very, very strong, especially, you know, if we go to these other shots here, you don't see any of that noticeable bump. They're trying to do this sort of this continuous motion thing where they're continuing this flipping motion into this, which is quite nice. And then they're flipping this one, which is really nice. I really like that. However, it doesn't feel smooth, right guys? So it would have been so much better here if this rotation, before it completely stops, we are moving on into the other one, right? So for every of these motions, it comes to a full stop, and you don't want to see that inside of product animations. It should never come to a complete stop. So before the motion ends, the next device needs to flip in. But I kind of like what they did here because they're showing all these different product angles by simply flipping them up like that, which is really nice. This is a great shot of the buttons. The zoom out's nice. The rotation is nice. This is great as well. I like the flip. It's just a little bit fast, so maybe it could have been better to do just half a flip here and then just do another shot transition to the front. And in this case, again, we're stopping and then we're zooming, right? So don't do that. Either have the phone continue the rotation ever so slightly afterwards and then zoom in at the same time. Well, I really like this transition, so they did that really well. Great job. Again, $180 for this one. It's kind of crazy, actually. I really like what they did with it. This is much more what I would have expected to see. I could take this project, ask them for the project file, maybe do an hour or two of extra work tweaking some of these settings and tweaking some of the keyframes here, and then I would feel comfortable presenting this to a client. Finally, we have Z from Singapore, who's only a level 1 seller but still managed to get over 260 ratings, averaging 4.8 stars. Again, with an amazing turnaround of 4 days after placing the order, charging a total of $167 for the work. That's insane, actually, this quality for that amount of money. This first shot immediately, it's basically just a white cube, right? That it's laying on, but it makes sense. It feels natural to the product. It has that sort of sleek tech look that we're going for. And what Z did really well here is they continue this movement. So the rotation that we're seeing here is being continued in the next frame, like so, which is really nice. It feels natural. I kind of like that. And then we're switching up. This thing is sliding and we're doing another nice rotation here. These buttons are pressed as well. This sort of helps make the device feel real. It makes the device feel more tactile if you do it like this. So that's really nice that they did that. And then it's just a zoom out into another shot. Again, there's never a still frame, so Z really gets the idea here of continued motion and keeping things going and going, making things look nice and smooth. And then this shot is crazy to me. The fact that they did that, this entire thing with these sort of charging cables for just $170 is crazy. Now there's one tiny issue here if I want to be nitpicky, and that's that the charger is actually clipping through the model here, so the timing on the keyframes there could have been just a little bit better, but that's very, very nitpicky. There's quite a bit of noise in these renders though, so I would have to re-render this myself for presenting this to a client. But yeah, overall that's really, really nice, and I love this shot as well. Rotation into rotation works really well. Zooming in, zooming out also makes a lot of sense here, and then ending on this shot. Yeah, this work is incredible. Well done, Z. I couldn't have asked for anything better for this amount of money, and this is definitely good enough for me to hire you more on different projects if I would require an animator for these types of projects again. If you like any of these Fiverr sellers' works, you can find links to their pages in the description, as well as a link from me to sign up right now and start hiring some pretty amazing artists right away. Now let's move on to me. There you have it. I honestly think it turned out pretty cool, but this is not just a random animation I made in Blender. There's an actual process that I put into these and a lot of back and forth into creating something like this. For a project like this, the workflow is always similar. I begin by reading the brief and finding reference material that fits that brief, and then this helps bring inspiration and style to the ideas in my head. In this case, the client was, well, me, so that makes it really easy, but usually I want to prevent as much back and forth as possible on these projects, wasting valuable time. As they say,
time is money, friend.
Anyways, this always means I begin by creating a rough storyboard. There's usually one of two scenarios. Either there's a soundtrack I need to use, which would then also be leading in creating the storyboard, or I can go crazy and a custom soundtrack is created based on the animation later. This is relevant because the two scenarios determine the way the storyboard is created. If there already is audio, I can use that to find story beats like a drop or boom in the song, and then use these as markers for shots. If there isn't any audio, I can basically do whatever I want and think will look best for the final animation. Now, it's good to note that this storyboard is not a set in stone thing, but it helps you decide on what to show without having to spend hours inside of Blender animating. And trust me, it will make the process easier and the client happier in the end. Anyways, in this case, the project already came with a song which automatically gave the major story beats for the animation. So I usually add these in as time codes on the shots in the storyboard. For this specific animation, it came down to 8 shots in total, with the logo mark being the final one. This means, first of all, in Blender, I add in the soundtrack, create markers on the right moments by hovering over the timeline and pressing M, and then adding cameras and linking these to the markers with Ctrl B after having set them as the active camera for that shot, which now means that the camera will switch on these specific markers automatically. Now it's a matter of, on a shot-by-shot basis, creating the camera motion. While doing these, I want to keep the movement continuous throughout the animation, which simply means never let it come to a complete stop.
Which is really easy to do.
But a lot of people, including some of the Fiverr artists, forget it. To prevent this happening in your animations in Blender, take the final keyframe of your movement, either the object doing something, the light changing, or the camera moving, and always put that keyframe after the shot or animation ends. This will ensure the shot is never still. It's also important to keep the flow of movement going between shots by having objects animate in from strategic angles. For example, if shot number 1 has an animation coming in from the left, in shot 2 you either want to keep that going by again coming in from the left, or you can oppose the motion by coming in from the right. Now, opposing can be jarring though, so keeping it similar is usually the best in terms of flow. Finally, I want each shot to always have 3 key elements. For 1, camera movement, 2, dynamic lighting, and finally, secondary motion. This will ensure a smooth looking shot with enough points of interest to keep the audience engaged and keeps them interested even on a second or third watch, since there's always something else to notice or focus on. Obviously, the object is always the target and the light is there to further enhance shape and storytelling. The final secondary motion can be really quite simple, ranging from a subtle rotation to a button clicking or sliding. From my experience, the more subtle you can keep it, the better it usually looks. For the background, I wanted a subtle gradient in all shots, but I also wanted control over the final look. So I decided on adding a plane with a point light parented to it and link that to the camera for each shot. It looks kind of messy in the viewport with all those planes, and it also ensured I had to disable and enable the planes on a shot-by-shot basis so they wouldn't mess up all the other camera angles, but at the same time this gave a lot of flexibility, allowing me to animate the background lighting and transform the position and distance from the camera for the best result and contrast to the object. To get that sleek tech look that I wanted, I kept things black and white for the most part, especially with the lighting, the animation subtle, and made heavy use of depth of field in the cameras to get a bit of a mysterious product reveal look. As a sort of grand finale, I wanted to add in a lot of color, show the screen coming on, and finally end on a snappy transition to the logo. In this case, the background you're seeing is just another plane with the same orange material from the buttons, and a few copies of the device's body in the same color that have some subtle animation going on to provide that secondary motion I talked about before. For the screen, I simply created an animation inside of After Effects that could be shown on it, and then just keyframe the emission value to turn it on so you sort of see it appear. And yeah, that's basically what I did, combining camera movement, depth of field with animated lights, and small secondary motions to create a rather generic, but in my opinion, professional looking animation for this project that is fully on brief. Now let me know which ones of these animations is your favorite in the comments, and if you're up for a little challenge yourself, you can download the exact same toolkit that I sent to the Fiverr artists, including the model and brief, and give it your own go. Feel free to share it on my Discord once you're ready to show what you've done with it. Thanks again to Fiverr for sponsoring this video, and thanks to the artists for letting me use their animations. Make sure to check out Fiverr through the link in the description, and if you'd like to learn more about creating product animations in a more tutorial style format, you should definitely check out this video here.